Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay, it's alright, my friend, because bad times don't last forever. After every storm, there is a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light in the tunnel, whichever one you prefer, my friend, okay? Please keep in mind that slow and steady wins the race. You got this. Keep going, but most importantly, please be thankful for them bad times because them bad times had helped you to get to the times that you are entering now. Okay? Okay, so once again, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? Y'all, we have reached the last Wednesday of the month. Wow, August really flew by so fast, I will say. Like in the beginning, I was like, dang, summer just started. I feel like summer just started. Everybody was enjoying their summer. Everybody was trying to understand what was going on, vacations and things like that. But now the kids are back in school. You're probably back in school, or whatever the case may be. Your whole routine now is different and it has changed, or whatever the case may be. I wish you all nothing but the best, especially for this school year. Teachers, professors, students, all staffs, whatever the case you may be doing that's entering a new beginning or getting into something this semester during the year. I really hope and pray that it goes good for you. You got this, one step and one day at a time. And most importantly, keep in mind that slow and steady wins the race. But also, too, please, please, please celebrate them big and small wins in the beginning, the middle, and the end of your achievement. Okay? All right. With that being said, too, we have reached also 61 newsletters. And as we end off August with our theme, the reset, preparing for a new season, preparing your mind for what's next, is this our last vibe of the month that's focused on mind over mental, over momentum. Okay. So, as we close out August and the reset season, as well as to August being National Wellness Month, I hope you guys have been doing things impacting your wellness. And as you can see by today's title, we are in Wellness Lesson 101. We are on the last Wednesday of the month, so that means that we are in Wellness 101 mode, and this is a lesson that's going to come. And if you're new here, Wellness Lessons 101 became a big thing when I went to Morgan State University because I never went to a university that honored mental health days, but they considered it as wellness days. And that had introduced more within my content to practice also helping listeners, but also myself on the importance of wellness, but also doing it as a lesson, a wellness 101 lesson, impacting whatever the theme of the month is. And wellness lessons 101 has been going on, I believe, for 2 years now, as of this year. So yeah, this is a big deal. So as we close out August and the reset season, this week's conversation is just something that we all need, including myself. Healthy routines that actually supports our mental health, not the cute little routines or whatever, but we create on Sunday nights to prepare for the weekday, but in general, and sometimes we don't do by Wednesday or whatever. We're doing this in general. I'm talking about the routines that impact your real life. The kind that helps you stay grounded when work gets busy, school starts back, responsibilities pile up, and life starts lifting. Like I mentioned, this week, as August 2 comes to a close, the last day of August is August 31st, which on the Monday, people are still starting school, people are still starting new things, so it's a lot. It's a lot to process within building these healthy routines that's going to protect your mental health with everything that's going on. Because wellness isn't just about having everything perfect. It's about creating habits you actually maintain. It's about getting enough rest, checking in with yourself, making time to breathe, moving your body, eating, hydrating, setting boundaries, taking breaks, and giving your mind somewhere to land when it's time for you to woosah. You don't have to have a perfect routine now. Everything does not have to be copacetic. It's impossible to have everything perfect. At times, we have to restart our schedule. Like for me, working from home is still like, I'm still getting in the habit of, but still having to understand, like, look, This is blocked off because this is work hours. After that, you can do whatever you want to do. Because once that's it, that's it. And like when you go to work and stuff, you leave it at the door and that's that. But sometimes when you work from home, it's like, okay, you need to leave it at that laptop and don't even look at it. If you need to handle something else, look on your phone, your tablet or something, but do not look on that laptop. I'm learning every day. Or just shut down that browser. Okay? Or log out of it. Okay? So you don't need to have a perfect routine. You need to have a substantial one. You have to have one that's substantial and have stability. And honestly, sometimes protecting your mental health looks very simple, regardless of what it is. Setting them boundaries, doing what's necessary for you, etc. Because we're going to get into it. Like going to bed, putting the phone down, drinking some more water, taking a walk, saying no, cleaning your space, and making that appointment that you need, whatever the case may be. Talk to somebody. Take 5 minutes before you respond, and the little things count in total, okay? The little things count when it comes to us building those healthy routines that protects our mental health. And that goes into this week's challenge. I want you guys to ask yourself, what is one daily habit I can create that would make my life feel a little bit healthier and easy, regardless of what it is. I don't want you to pick 5, all those things. I just want you to pick one. Okay? Just pick one. Maybe it's going to bed early. Maybe it's taking 10 minutes in the morning before you touch your phone to yourself. Maybe it's journaling, praying, stretching, drinking more water, taking a walk, planning your day, or creating a real bedtime routine. Whatever it may be, start off small. We have to stop trying to start off big, because the more and more we start off so big, the more and more it's like we're putting so much pressure on ourselves that's making it hard for us to achieve what we want to achieve, especially with building these healthy routines that's going to protect our mental health. Okay, so please start off small enough that you can actually keep doing it and you can actually track your process, because consistency is key. And it doesn't mean that everything has to be done right away, but being consistent is key. Okay. And also, with that being said too, it means continuing to do what actually supports you with being consistent, because whatever is for you may not be for me, and vice versa. But most importantly, keep in mind that you are building these healthy routines that's going to protect your mental health. Okay. So yes, y'all, vibing out with guests. We have no guest appearances this week again. I know, I'm sorry. But if you've been thinking about coming on Vibing Out with Guests, please do so. We have one-on-one sessions, group sessions up to 3, and we still are willing to do the online sessions as well. So with that being said, click the link tree in my bio, whichever way you listen or watch me, and you scroll down to everything that impacts with Vibing Out with Guests and fill out those forms. It's 2 of those forms. It's an agreement form and the basic form that just give me information about who you are, what you want to talk about, and then is a calendar form as well. You have to fill out just fill out the date you want to do. Hopefully the date is available, and once it's available, click on the time and date, whatever, and I'll get a notification. You will get a notification too. Okay? So, come on, because I want to vibe with you. Not only are you vibing with me, we vibe with each other. Okay? And as always, thank you guys to all the followers, the listeners, the subscribers. Most importantly, thank you to the people that have been on Vibing Out with Guests once or twice or how many times. We appreciate you so much. Without you guys, Vibing Out with Guests wouldn't be where it's at. So, yes, we do have 30 guest appearances in total as of, I think, June. I think it was. And we're hoping for 10 more. So to do 40 to knock out the year. If not, it's okay. But I'm still grateful that we had 30, because that was the number that I was hoping for before we turned 1 year old, I believe. But it's okay. The more and more, the better. And when time comes, we're going to keep on doing it. I'm going to keep on pushing Vibing Out with Guests, as well as I push out Vibing with you. Okay, so if you have been thinking about coming on the show, sharing your story, talking about your journey, highlighting your work, or having a real conversation about something you're navigating, the door is still open. So come on in, because I'm going to open it for you. I'm waiting patiently at the door. Okay, you don't have to have a perfect story. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just bring yourself, your experiences, and your willingness to vibe. Okay? And the quote of the week is, you don't have to feel guilty for resetting. You can't pour into tomorrow if you never refill today. Don't that quote sound familiar? If you know, it sounds familiar because I had to tweak it up a little bit from one of the ones that we had. But, you know. Now let's get into nitty gritty. Vibing with Eve, weekly vibe check where real conversations meet real life connections. Today, this is our last Wednesday of the month, Wednesday, August 26, 2026. Woo! And today's new episode, we have reached 170 episodes. And today's episode is all about Wellness 101, Lesson 29, building healthy routines that protect your mental health. Okay, for our final vibe of August, we're bringing everything we have talked about this month full circle. We have talked about checking in with yourself, protecting your peace, and giving yourself permission not to have everything all figured out. Now we're talking about what it looks like to actually build daily routines that supports the person you're becoming. And this episode, we will cover why healthy routines can support your mental and emotional wellness, the connection between daily habits and stress management, creating routines that are realistic instead of overwhelming, realizing when your routine is helping you versus draining you, why consistency matters more than perfection, how rest, boundaries, and self-care fits into healthy routines, and building habits that can support you through different stages of your life. Okay? So this episode is a reminder that wellness is something you practice only when you're falling apart. It isn't something. Let me repeat it because I think you're probably like, huh? This episode is a reminder that wellness isn't something you practice only when you feel overwhelmed. No, you practice this every day. Little by little do you know you're practicing this every day. You don't just practice wellness when things are falling apart. No, it's something you build every day in your life. Okay? So I'm glad that you guys are tuned in this Wednesday for our final August conversation as we close out the reset season and talk about creating routines that support your mental health, and not routines that makes you feel like you need a vacation from your own life. Even though at times I feel like I need a vacation from my own life with everything going on, but push comes to shove, it is what it is. And before we get into the Wellness 101, Lesson 29, as we exit out, I'm start doing this now for the rest of the months to come and hopefully next year. Fingers crossed. If I do, I do. If I don't, then I don't. So as we close out August is just a reminder, is reminding us that resetting isn't just about starting over. Sometimes the reset is checking in with yourself. Sometimes it's protecting your peace. Sometimes it's admitting you don't have all the answers. And sometimes it finally creates a routine that doesn't have you waking up every morning already tired. Hint me. So as we move towards a new month, September, don't just ask yourself what you have accomplished. Ask yourself, did the way I live support the person I'm becoming? Because your goals matter, your responsibilities matter, your future matter, but so does your mental health. Don't wait until you completely drained to decide that you deserve a healthy way of living your life. No. Build the routine now. Protect your peace now. Take care of yourself now. Okay? Okay. So without further ado, I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy hearing my voice or watching me. If you're new here, welcome. You're in for a treat, okay? And if you're not new to this but true to this, you already know what's going on, okay? So please turn me up on your PCs, your laptops, your car radios, speakers, TVs, phones, iPads, tablets, whichever way you listen or watch me, because as always, every vibe of the day and every wellness lesson 101 something special. Wellness 101 lesson. I always get that messed up. Wellness lesson 101. And I created it. I still mess up on it. It's crazy. But let's get into it. So I'm going to repeat it again. Today's Wellness 101 lesson 29 is all about building healthy routines that protects your mental health. Okay? And as I break it down, I always break it down within the definitions, the 5 W's, repeat the quote of the week, and do a thank you for vibing in. And then we go on from there. Okay? So let's get it cracking. So definition. What does building healthy routines protects your mental health really mean? I really like when I start off every vibe of the day and wellness lesson of the day with the definition. When you hear the vibe or the wellness lesson of the wellness 101 lesson of the day. But let's break it down into some parts, like how you put a burger, a salad, a steak, or whatever together. Let's break it down, and get some information on what it is and understanding as well. So what does building healthy routines that protects your mental health really means? Everyone has their own different meaning with it, and that's fine. But I'm going to tell you the real is I've been writing it down now within the clinical world. I love it, and I notice like in my content it's been real clinical. But now I said, let me give it to y'all hardcore, but still bringing in the clinical side, but making it fun, but also interesting. But most importantly, meeting you where you are. Okay? So let's be real. When we hear the word routine, sometimes we start thinking we need to wake up at 5 a.m., 5 in the morning. No, we don't. Drink lemon water, journal for an hour, work out, meditate, read 20 pages, meal prep, and somehow still have to answer everybody's text. My friend, who has time for all that? Who has time for all that every single day? I know I don't. And I know you don't. And if you do, I applaud you because it's impossible. Everything I just listed, the routines that we see on social media also gets us. It really jump scares us, especially me, because content within the content world, and you see how people, navigate things and how they just have this image of how their routine go. I be sitting there like, I cannot, because I know for a fact if I was to content my daily life within what I do, it will be like, okay, this is the real. It's not like you really sat there, woke up at 5 in the morning, you drank lemon water, you journal for an hour. Because sometimes I will say that my journals will last for an hour or it may last for 30 minutes. It all depends on the day. And it also depends on when I'm going to journal. Workout, meditating, reading 20 pages, meal prepping, and somehow still having time to answer everybody's text. It's impossible. It is impossible. And like I said, who has time? Who has time for all that every single day? It's impossible. And that's why it's important when we hear this saying, building healthy routines that protects your mental health, and what it really means. You have to do what's for you with impacting your healthy routine. A healthy routine isn't about creating a perfect schedule. No, that looks good and it looks good on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. No, it's about creating realistic habits that helps your mind, body, and soul, as well as your emotions, function better, okay? Because it can be simple as getting enough sleep. I'm trying every day. And some days I'm here, some days I'm not. Some days I'm doing good with it, some days I'm not. But as long as I'm seeing my progress and seeing okay, this is where the problem is we need to fix it. That's one thing. Another thing would be is taking breaks. I know it's hard, Young Thug said, hustlers don't stop, they keep going. But in the midst of that too, my friend, you have to take a break. Even your favorite superheroes, role models, hustlers, whatever, they need to take breaks. Even though you may not see it, but they have to take a break to get themselves together. Eating consistently, drinking water, moving your body, making time for yourself, limiting unnecessary stress, or checking in with your emotions. This goal isn't to do everything. The goal is to create a lifestyle that doesn't consistently run you into the ground. So like I said, let's be realistic. Even though, we meal prep or whatever, but sometimes I maybe cannot afford to do it today. Bills be hitting, okay? Bills are always going to come, regardless of how your lifestyle is. Bills are going to come. It's going to come. So sometimes meal prepping and stuff is not going to work. Sometimes even having the ability to treat yourself sometimes may be an issue because of what's going on. But that's why it's important to create a healthy routine that will protect your mental health, regardless of how big or small it is. I'm real big on, I'm going to journal. I love journaling. And if I don't do it, then I know something's wrong. Listening to music is a big one. And lately I've been noticing here and there, I've been not listen to music as heavily, my heavy rotation on that Apple playlist or whatever, or Spotify, you can tell like it haven't been really like that due to working. And that's what I say too. We love working, going to school, whatever, but don't let that mess up your personal life, because you still have a life beyond and outside of what you're doing. And now that I'm out of school, and maybe some of you guys may can relate too, once you complete it and achieve something that you really, really had over you, such as school or whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, now what's next? And that's how I feel like now, even though I am working still, like, I need to fill in some of the gaps where I took up a lot of time with school. And that's where it comes into building these healthy routines, but also is protecting my peace. It's protecting your peace within your mental health as well. So overall, the definition of what does building healthy routines that protect your mental health is all basically what you can take, what you cannot take. Being realistic and also keeping track of it. Don't do things because you see it. It's like, okay, my favorite influencer or whatever is influencing me to do this, knowing good and well I cannot do this. I can't. Like, it be influencers that I love so much that's in this fashion world. I know I can't go outside every day and put these pieces on. I know every day I cannot blow a bag and just on piece. I can't. So you have to be mindful, but also be realistic on what you can take, what you cannot take, but overall, what is really necessary for your mind, body, your soul. What can you take, what you cannot take? Overall, what can you do and you know you can keep track of and see, okay, I'm going to start going to bed at a good time so I get some sleep for the next day. Cool. Even if I try to test myself, like, okay, we're not staying up past 12 o'clock. So we can wake up on time, get ourselves together. And even if we get out the door at a good time, we can get some breakfast or something like that. Those type of things. Build those healthy routines. Or like when I get off, if I get off and it's still light, it's still, daytime. Why not, go for a run, meditate, whatever. I miss the saying too. People don't say it a lot. Go touch some grass. And I'm talking about the actual grass outside. I mean, you could touch the other grass too, but also touch some grass outside. Touch some grass and hug a tree. Yeah. Hey, you gotta do what's best for you to build this healthy routine for you that's going to protect your mental health. Okay? Because like I said, the goal isn't to do everything. The goal is to create a lifestyle that doesn't consistently run you into the ground. Especially too, is like, if it sound good, but do it look good? That's how I be thinking to myself. I be like, okay, E, let's be realistic. Yeah, that sound good, but you really not going to do that. Like, I know you're not going to do it. You're not. And there's been times where y'all be like, meal prepping is a big one, because I also catch myself sometimes not eating properly either, or not eating at all in a day. And I'm just like, now imagine if you was to meal prep, it ain't going to work. And I know for me, meal prepping, I cannot eat the same food for a whole week. 3 days is tops for me. It's like eating leftovers. 3 days tops. I can't. No, a whole week. Hell no. Sometimes I want something different. Like, sometimes I don't want chicken all the time. Sometimes I want some noodles. Sometimes I don't want noodles. Sometimes I might want a steak. It all depends on my appetite too. And don't let it be payday either, because maybe it's me, y'all. I don't know. But when payday come around, do your taste buds get a little funny? And get a little rich? Like you start eating stuff like you really, you don't really eat that much. You don't really eat that much. I can't eat. I'm trying to think when the last time I ate something and I know I was like, my taste was like, okay, you got some money in your pocket. We outside. Oh, recently I went to K-Pod. Haven't had K-Pod in a minute. And I was like, why not? I got it. Eat it. I ate my noodles, everything, and drunk my sangria, margarita. I don't know. It had a good time. And I even bought a milkshake, y'all, and it was kind of nasty. But hey, I had some money and I felt like treating myself. But also that keeps in mind too, like, being mindful of what I can take within my building my healthy routine while protecting my mental health. Okay? Who is impacted? Who needs this message the most? Who needs to understand this wellness 101 lesson 29 on protecting your peace while building your healthy routine. Let me rephrase it because I just switched and that did sound good though. Who needs this the most when it comes to this Wellness 101 lesson 29, building healthy routines that protects your mental health? Well, my friend, honestly, pretty much everybody, me included, but especially the people who are constantly saying I'm tired. Okay? While adding another responsibility to their plate. Let's talk about it. It's for the students who's balancing school and work. Baby, I went to school, my second degree, and my first one, I had 2 jobs. It was going to school full time. Yep. The parents who's taking care of everybody, the person working multiple jobs, the entrepreneur trying to build something within their empire, and the person who's emotionally available for everyone except for themselves. You see the patterns? All that right there is impacting your mental health. It's impacting your mental health. It's impacting your mental health because it's good to have jobs and go to school, but it's like, is it healthy though? In the midst of all that, are you building those healthy routines that's protecting your mental health with everything you have going on? For example, let's break this down. Like I said, honestly, this is pretty much for everybody. Everybody is going through something. I don't care if you say you're not. Maybe you are. Big, small, whatever the case may be. We're all going through it. And if it may not show it, babe, you're going through it and so am I. Life be life, and every day something's going on, it's life. That's just life. And the favorite one is when a person constantly say, I'm tired, but they still pucker up their lips and put on adding another responsibility to their plate. Let me tell you something. Boundaries is key when it comes to building these healthy routines to protect your mental health. From experience and from hearing others' experience, setting boundaries, it gets to a point. Okay? Setting boundaries, at times, like the last part I said, the person who's emotionally available for everyone else except for themselves also ties in hand with the person that's saying, I'm tired, but they're still adding another responsibility to their plate. Those two things go hand in hand because this is where the boundaries step in. Boundaries need to be stepped in. When you say I'm tired, but you still add a responsibility on your plate, this is where you need to think, okay, I'm tired. Boom. That's the first thing. You admitted the problem. I'm tired. What are you going to do to help this so it can be healthy for you and your mental health? One thing's certain, 2 things for sure. Stop adding things that you can't control. Somebody else can handle that. Let Boo Boo, Ray Ray, Jabari, Shaquanda, Shanika, somebody else handle that if they can. You cannot always be able to handle things, especially if you're tired. I get it. I've dealt with it, especially too the last part, being the person who's always emotionally available for someone, but not yourself. That's a big problem. Building healthy routines, you got to make sure that you're able to pour into your cup before you can pour into anybody else's. Because if you pour into somebody else's cup, your cup is empty. It is impossible for you to try to fill it back up if you're running on empty, like with a car. When your car is running out of gas, you need to put gas in it because you cannot ride on E. It's impossible. And if you can, you're a bad person because I know I can't. So these things are like you have to be cautious of. It's like when you are that loving, caring person, it's hard to say no. But you got to step on them boundaries. You have to you got to put a stepping stone of saying like, look, if I'm constantly keep saying I'm tired, I'm always there for Boo Boo, Ray Ray, and everybody, and I'm a student while I'm balancing school and working a job full time and a part time. I'm a parent taking care of everybody else, and then I'm a person that has multiple jobs. I'm an entrepreneur trying to build. You got to think, I got to step back. What am I doing for myself mentally? That's a question that at times that we fail to ask ourselves. Like, we don't have those mirror conversations. Say, look, when was the last time we really said, okay, mentally we need to tap in? Because if we keep pushing and pushing and pushing out all these products and pushing out all these words of encouragement, and we're not taking it into consideration with the problem, we're causing a problem that's not building healthy routines that's protecting our mental health. And today, hopefully, or sooner than later, you'll be able to understand, you know what, I need to build on making sure that I have a coping static routine, because if not, I'm going to blow up. And if I blow up, it's not going to be a good thing. And that's why we have to have these mirror conversations with ourselves to be like, you know what? Yeah, it's me. It's me. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. I need to get it together. And in the midst of me getting this together, I'm going to make sure that I'm building these routines now so I can cut out all the madness that I'm going through. Okay? It's also for people who struggles with the idea that rest has to be earned. It's not earned, it's giving. And don't think it's a privilege, it's required. It's impossible for you to stay up 24 hours throughout a day. It's impossible for you to even try to stay up so many days. It's impossible. You need rest. That helps your body to proceed, and your mind, body, and soul, everything to get through the day. Okay? Some of us were raised to believe, if you're sitting down, we should be doing something. If we're not being productive, we feel guilty. And that mindset can eventually affect our mental and emotional health. And a healthy reminder that's going to help us when it's a routine is that rest, fun, quiet time, and self-care aren't a waste of time. They are a part of being well. Okay? I want people to keep this in mind. Life be lifing. But if you don't pour into yourself, what are you giving yourself? That's where you're going to be like, did I really take the initiative to love on myself properly? No, because you didn't really tap in to understand that, in order for me to have a healthy routine, it doesn't have to be boring. It don't. Rest, fun, quiet time, self-care aren't a waste of time. That's a part of your well-being. And in order for you to build a healthy routine that protects your mental health, you do what you can take, and you do what you can take. Stop thinking what you can't take. Make the best out of it. Do what's for you, because what's for you may not be for me, and vice versa. This is all for you, not for nobody else. Okay? So, what is the benefit? What happens when your routine actually supports you? Well, let's be realistic here, my friend. This is where we get real deep into how this is really going to help you in the good side and the good parts of it. When your routine supports your mental health, you create more stability in your everyday life. You're not consistently waking up already behind, rushing the day, and then wondering why you're exhausted by 8 p.m. Okay? Healthy routines can help you manage stress, realizing your limits, and creating moments of momentum. So you want to add that in there, where you can actually breathe. Like, I understand, and I'm big on the saying too, and I've been hearing all my life, is if you wake up upset, you don't want to end the day upset, and vice versa and everything. I'm real big on, I do not want to stay mad all day, every day. Because also, too, going back to the saying, too, like I said, if you're always emotional available for somebody else and you're not available for yourself, that's a problem. Because people will play on you. People play on people, okay? Especially, too, when you're such a kind-hearted person. Don't get me wrong. I know at times everybody's going through stuff, but enough is enough. And when you notice a pattern, that's not healthy for you. And you have to build your own pattern to protect your peace. I get it. Life happens. But look, if I talk to you every day and something is bad going on, I'm like, hold on. Are you even trying to have a good day? Like, are you even trying to love on yourself? Are you even trying to see the good? Weigh the good rather than weighing the bad. You gotta weigh out the bad so you can have some good. And it'd be like, it clicks to you too, because it's like, if I keep hearing this, it's also affecting me because I'm not pouring into me. You get the drift? So yeah, you also become more consistent when taking care of yourself before you're completely overwhelmed. Instead of waiting until you're burnt out to say, okay, I need to take a break, you're building breaks into your life ahead of time. That's the difference between reacting to burnout and creating habits that prevent you from consistently getting there. Okay? Build them now and stand tall and firm on it, because if not, my friend, it's not going to be good. And you want to make sure that while you're building these healthy routines that protect your mental health, you have to be mindful of what can I take. I'm weighing out the good and I'm not thinking about the bad, because where I'm at in life right now, enough is enough. Yes, bad times don't last forever. After every storm there is a rainbow, if you can see it or not. And you also have to take heed of this. This is my life. Me, myself, and I. We're going to try this. If this don't work, we're going to start over. It's okay. It's like a New Year's resolution. I bet some of y'all don't even remember y'all New Year's resolutions or them vision boards. And I bet, at times you didn't complete them. But that doesn't mean you're less than anything. No. You still got until December 31st to get it together. We're only in August. You still got some time to go. But keep it in mind that don't rush. Don't rush it. But please keep in mind that while you're building that healthy routine, you're still protecting your mental health while still enjoying life, but also understanding that, I got to take what I can take, and I can't keep trying to be there for everybody if everybody's not going to be there for me. Okay? So when should someone reevaluate their routine? A big thing is reevaluating and understanding how things go and things are like that. So with that being said, this is what needs to be on. This needs to go on. When should someone reevaluate their routines? You might need to take a look at your routines where this one's a little bit long, because this is a heavy one. It's a heavy hitter one. It's so heavy, I didn't even cuss throughout this whole daggone episode. I'm trying to be nice. I'm being real cool, calm, and collect. I don't know. But you're consistently exhausted even after sleeping. That right there, your sleep routine. Coming from a person, me, that had wake up so many times throughout the day and stuff, baby, you have to make a routine that's for you and take it day by day. Even if you have to add remedies in there. Sleep melatonin spray, that has been helping me too for my pillows. Sleep gummies, all these or what is the other one? Melatonin, Dr. Teal, whatever. A warm bath, milk. Even for babies, it works. You gotta incorporate something that's going to help you so you can have a consistent routine, so you don't feel like you're sleepy after you got some sleep. 2, you feel like you're always rushing. That's another one for me. I felt like I was always rushing things to happen. And the reason why I felt like it was rushed, because if you're telling me something that needs to be done this time, okay, I'm going to get it done within that time frame. Because if not, I don't want to get in trouble for it. And I know people, and I know y'all feel the same way. 3, you don't have time to eat, rest, or take care of your basic needs. That's a big problem. Like I said, for me, the eating part. Throughout the day, when you be so busy, or you try not to eat so much on the hour every hour, because there is a thing called eating disorder, and there's so many different types of eating disorders. Please try to eat within the morning time. The morning time is like what? You wake up probably like 5 to 10 a.m. That's when breakfast is served. 11 to 4 o'clock lunch. 5 to 10 dinner. In those areas, please try to get something to eat. Rest, oh my friend. I'm big on taking naps. If you got to come home, take a nap, do so. But don't go over an hour, because that's a big thing I had done too. I'll go over an hour, then keep clicking and clicking and clicking, and then before you know it, the next day is here. Yeah, and big one, taking care of your basic needs. My friend, please wash your face, brush your teeth, stay hydrated, all those things. Do that. Your responsibilities are taking over your entire life. This is where boundaries comes into play with, and building healthier routines that protect your mental health. My friend, you need to step up and show out for yourself. But most importantly, don't let certain things take over your life. Don't let it do that. You're consistently saying, I will take care of myself later. Stop putting yourself last. Put yourself first. When you wake up in the morning, who do you see and who do you take care of? Yourself first. I know you have kids, so you try to get out the way, but you still got to pour into yourself before you can pour into others. Keep that in mind. You only rest when your body or your mind force you to. Don't wait until your body or your mind is forcing you to, because that also intertwines with burnout. And burnout is a mother. And it's not a good one. It's not a good mothering lover. So you need to prioritize into your stuff now ASAP and don't wait till it's too late. You're becoming more irritated or emotional overwhelmed. This is where mental health comes into play. Seek therapy. Get a therapist. Meditation. Do things that's going to impact your mind, body, and soul. And if not, my friend, you're going to be really a wrecking time ball. You have to prioritize your mind, body, and soul because that helps you function. The heart and the brain are the two strongest muscles. Okay? Your routines look productive but doesn't feel healthy. You need to be mindful of how you're doing the routines and if it's healthy or not. And be mindful of what you're doing. And lastly, you're doing things because you think you should instead of because you actually support it. Do things that are really meant for you and not because you feel like you're keeping up with trends and stuff like that. Do things that's going to support you even if people think that's boring or is weird or whatever. Okay, cool. This is for me and this is not for you. And sometimes overall, the answer isn't I need to do more. No, sometimes the answer is, child, I need to be simple. I need to be simplify this. This needs to be plain, simple, plain Jane, simple, all that. Okay? We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Where does this show up most in life? So where does building these healthy routines that protects your mental health shows up in life? Healthy routine shows up in everyday life and everyday stuff we sometimes overlook, such as our morning routines. How you start your day can affect how you move through. It's like, for example, if you have children or you're a guardian or whatever the case may be, even your pets, even you, if you have a spouse, relationship, whatever the case may be, or even ourselves, you determine how your morning is. And when I say that, it's because the morning routines, how you start your day, can affect your morning, how it can affect your morning and how you move through the day. When I wake up, y'all, I try my best not to look at my phone, but I turn the alarm off, try to scratch, whatever, look at the sunlight, and then try not to lay back down because, baby, if I know I got somewhere to go and do, I need to get up. I make sure that I thank the Lord for waking me up, for sure, even when I know I feel like I should have slept some more. But I try to find the good within the morning so I could feel good. Also, too, I'm like the grannies and the aunties. Shout out to y'all. Because even, too, if I know something going on the night before, I lay my clothes out. So I know if everything's laid out, I wake up. Even when I'm tired, I'm like, we're going to have some fun. And we make some fun out of it. For example, Saturday that just passed, my job had a back to school drive. I had all my clothes stuff laid out. I woke up extra early and it was crazy because I was like, okay, my alarm didn't go off. I woke up 30 minutes extra. I said, whew. I checked my phone and turned the alarm off, but I still kept the actual alarm on. So, I kept the actual alarm on, but I added a timer for me to process everything. So I got up, scratched, looked at myself, got myself together. You got to say things and do things to make your day go smooth. Affirmations, putting on music, watch your favorite show, whatever. Do what's necessary for you because that helps you out throughout the day. Sleep. Staying up all night trying to catch up on everything it's not it. Ding, ding, ding. I'm one of those. And even if I can't sleep, you got to force yourself. That's when them remedies and stuff come in. I'm a big person on that. I'm a big victim of that. Because, y'all, even though it's still summertime, but now the kids are back to school, I be seeing people I follow on Instagram and they kids and stuff go to school, or they just started school. The best sleep ever is when you come from school, I tell you. And it's like, even if you woke up late or went to bed late, you still gonna have a good night's sleep. So I want you to keep in mind that your body needs at least 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours. Do not 8 hours. I try to get 6 to 7, between 6 to 8. Do not try to get in 10 because it's impossible, but at least 8. But most importantly, be mindful of if I go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning and I gotta be up at 8 in the morning, something gotta get taken out. Somebody gotta get on. Somebody gotta put on. Somebody gotta get put on D&D. I can't watch that. I gotta turn the lights off. Something gotta change. Okay. Work and school. Being productive should not require you to run yourself into the ground. Working in school, baby, I know when you're working, you're trying to make sure you get everything done to get a paycheck. Make sure your paycheck is straight. That's like me. When documents and stuff come in, I make sure that they're done, even if little things happen. Like I had a little situation earlier that I'm looking at, I need to fix it. I'm going to fix it. You gotta be mindful of, okay, I'm being productive, but it shouldn't require yourself to run into the ground because it's going to get done regardless. I'm not going to run myself in the ground to get the shit done. Ooh, I just cussed y'all because it's feeling, I feel it. School, back in the day for me, like I'm so damn old. Back in my days. Now, papers. Let me show y'all a paper. If you're watching on YouTube or whatever, however you're watching, baby, look at this paper. Look at this bulletin. I was in the library, felt like from sunup to sundown with my friends. And some others. This is from undergrad. Grad school, I don't even want to talk about it. I felt like, oh, it's my life I had to fight. You got to be mindful. Yes, make them routines, but also, too, if you got time, take your time. Don't procrastinate, though, but give yourself time. Build that routine like, okay, Friday, I'm going to rest because I need to prepare for the weekend. Like I used to do when I was in school. Sundays were my rest days. I'm not touching that discussion board, no, nothing. I'm preparing for the week. Whatever wasn't done throughout the day, throughout the week, that's my fault if I didn't do it. But I make sure I get it all done. That's why you have to have these planners and these reminders and calendars active, okay? So you don't bring yourself into the ground. My favorite one, relationships. Making time for yourself outside of everyone else's needs matters. This is what we overlook at times. Because we don't make time for ourselves. We always make time for the relationships that we have with people. It's like, what's the relationship that I have with myself? Right? Technology. Your phone, your iPad, your tablet, whatever the case may be, doesn't need access to your brain 24/7. If you have an iPhone, y'all know they have the screen monitored every Sunday. They do the weekly timer thing, like how much screen time you have, and baby, every week is going down for me. I try not to be on my phone, the laptops and stuff unless I have to, because the more and more I'm on there, it's like, okay, my phone dry already. Why am I on here? Only time I need to be on here is when I want, watch TikTok, whatever, to help me go to sleep, watch Miss Pat, whatever, and promote this content and handle any business for work. Okay, and if I talk to whoever, I'm going to talk to whoever. But other than that, my phone's dry. So, it is what it is. Physical wellness, food, hydration, movement, and rest all matters. Plain simple. Get into it. Get into the diet. Stay hydrated. Get that movement. Shoot, do some cardio and stuff. And also, rest matters. Don't try to stay up all night. If that man, that woman, or whoever said they going to call you when they ain't do that, don't wait for them. If you know you tired and it's early, then you go to bed, go to bed. Don't sell yourself short because you usually don't do that. Health is wealth, as well as your physical wellness. Get into it. And lastly, mental wellness. Journaling, therapy, praying, meditation, quiet time, or simply staying still can create space to check in with yourself quietly. I'm real big on, if no one's home or if I'm out by myself, let me rephrase it. If I'm out by myself, I'm spending quality time with myself, but I'm also doing things that's impacting me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, and emotionally. And spiritually, emotionally. I don't think I forgot one. Yeah. But the mental wellness, that journaling, before I go to bed or whatever, I have to journal. Therapy is a requirement. Not only do I provide it, I need it too. Prayers. Thank the Lord or whoever you believe in for everything. Meditation. I meditate. I know you're probably going to laugh. I meditate in the bathtub with the water. Let that hot water soak. My eyes are closed and I'm just with the music playing or not. Quiet time. It's okay to have quiet time. When I was a kid, my mother was real big on me and my siblings playing library. And don't let it be my father either, because if you got him mad, he really gonna be like, oh yeah, shh, quiet. And as I got older too, I understood why my parents like quiet time, because it's really nice. Chaos is not for everybody. Sometimes chaos is it's hectic. Nobody want to keep hearing all that. Okay? Or just simply staying still. As I promise y'all, after I'm done recording and I handle what I have to handle for this, I stand still and I don't have nothing playing. Sometimes too, you don't need no noise. You don't need no noise. You need to kill the noise sometimes to help you to build this healthy routine that protects your mental health. Okay? Because your routine isn't just about what you accomplish. It's also about how you feel while you're living your life. Health is wealth, and your mental health is a big one too. And these are conversations that we really don't talk about because, I feel like the pandemic put a big stain, scar, whatever, on everyone because mentally, mental health really was a big thing that showed up. Being in a house with people or being somewhere cooped up all that long time really drove you crazy because your normal is not it. Now you got to get adapted to this new normal. And that's why it's also important too to embrace how life is going now. I know it's hard at times to embrace the new normal, but embrace it, live on it, love on it, because it also impacts so much of your life. With also too, building that healthy routine, it helps to protect that mental health. Regardless how big or small it is, please do so because your mind, body, and soul is going to appreciate it and it's going to love you so much. I know y'all probably like, I get it. But once you really sit back and be like, okay, what can I take and what I cannot take? What can I step back on wasting all my time with and try to implement and put some effort in that part of my life? Or what can I do that may be something I kept procrastinating that I wanted to do and now that I'm going to do? Yeah, that's where it all begins. And lastly, why is this important? Why is building the healthy routines that protects your mental health? Why is building healthy routines important to protect your mental health? And why should mental health be a part of your daily life? Well, because we shouldn't wait until we're falling apart. Burnout and all that comes into play. We shouldn't do that. We start taking care of start taking care of ourselves. Mental health isn't something we should only talk about when there's a crisis. That's what I want to hit on. Even within the social work world and the mental health world, whatever, people talk about mental health when there's a crisis. And when you hear those safety questions, that's one thing that happens because we had to do the safety assessment to make sure that our client doesn't have a plan on wanting to do something that's going to harm them that can be prevented with giving them the tools to help them within their mental health. I know it's a lot, but it's true. It's a real thing. Mental health is a big thing. If you research and look up the data of your age group or gender or whatever the case may be, you will see how mental health put a big impact on people. And it's crazy, especially the age range, especially with me dealing with younger adults and adolescents. Looking up the research with them of how mental health has not been impacted and implemented into their life until now is scary, especially even for my age because I'm a young adult. So yeah, this is a big thing. Mental health isn't something we should only talk about, when there's a crisis. It's also about everyday choices that helps us maintain emotional balance and realize when something isn't working. That impacts with your mind, body, and soul once again. And let us stop confusing being busy with being productive. Yes, being busy is a good thing, but my friend, burnout is a mother. And it don't care who you are. Being busy while being productive, baby, it can be in the beginning, it's like, yeah, it's cool. But then towards the end, it's like, I can't keep doing this. Because you can have a complete packed calendar and still not take care of yourself. I've been there, done that, and I'm not doing that again. And I want to prevent that from you to even happen. Excuse me, I knew I was going to sneeze. I felt it in my nose. You can accomplish 10 things and still be mentally exhausted. You can look like you're doing amazing from the outside, but while internally thinking, I can't do one more thing. And that's why it's important when it comes to building healthy routines that protect your mental health. Keep in mind that boundaries is the key as well. Set those boundaries. Not only are you setting these routines that's positive too, but say no when it's necessary. If you know for a fact you cannot help Boo Boo, Ray Ray, Jabari, Shanika, and everybody, please say no. Even if you mentally can't even do it for yourself. It's like, okay, I made plans for myself to do this, but mentally, I need a day. I need a wellness day. Do it. Say no. At times, we have to stand on, not at times, all the time, you have to stand 10 toes on what you say and how you do it. And no is a complete sentence. Yes and no is a complete sentence. And if the person don't respect it, then that goes to show that they're not for you and you can't rock with them right now. Okay? So while we're in this building healthy routines that protects our mental health, we need to keep in mind too that we need to be real 10 toes down on protecting our peace as well. Okay? Because you can have all that. But at times too, you gotta be like, I can't do another thing. Even though it sound good, but does it look good? It's like doing overtime. I feel like you have to do overtime at least only if you need the extra money. Don't do the overtime because you want to stay busy. That's why you need to do something with your mental health. Do not do overtime if you know good and well you don't have bills or something to pay off. You're just doing overtime because you feel like money making Mitch. You love the game, you love the hustle. I get that. But think about the mental health and how can you build a healthy routine? Because I'm telling you, even too, if you keep running up them daggone overtime, also too, when you do have time to yourself, it's like, I need to go to work. And then you're going to be looking like, what I'm going to do now? No, Money Mitch, you felt like, okay, you want to run up the daggone people's time clock and now you got a day off, you want to be in it. No, when I have a day off from my job and even from Fine with E, I take pride in it because I'm not... My mental health is a big thing. Even while I'm helping others with their mental health, I also need to protect mine. Protect your peace at all costs. Your mental health is going to appreciate you. Your mind, body, and soul, all areas are going to appreciate you. Once you build these healthy routines that protect your mental health, do what's for you while still doing it like it's your B-day, but being cautious of it too. Okay? And lastly, building these healthy routines gives you a chance to catch yourself before you get there. It helps you create a healthy lifestyle where wellness isn't an emergency response. It is a part of your foundation. Okay? And repeating the quote of the day, the quote of the week, you don't have to feel guilty for resting. Please don't feel guilty for resting. Your body needs it. Your mind, body, and soul is going to appreciate you for doing it. You can pour into tomorrow you can't pour into tomorrow if you never refill today. Prioritize today so you can be better for tomorrow. Every day the sun may not shine. That's why you're supposed to love tomorrow. Bedtimes don't last forever. After every storm, there is a rainbow. If you can see it or not, something good is going to happen within it. But make sure you handle today so you can prepare for tomorrow and see the good of tomorrow. Okay? With that being said, y'all, I thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen or to watch me. And with that being said, thanks for vibing in. As we close out the reset season, I want you to think about the route you have created, not just whether there's helping you get things done, but whether they're helping you. Like what route or routines has been helping you to feel okay while you're doing it. Because baby, if your routines has been stressing you out, have you exhausted, irritated, and counting down till Friday every single week, we might need to revisit that. And it's okay, because that's what happens in life. Sometimes the first time you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Aaliyah told you, and you need to do it. You can do it, put your back into it. Ice Cube told you too. You don't need to have a perfect morning routine. You don't. You don't need to completely reinvent your life overnight. No, we're not robots. Start with something realistic. Think of things that you could actually do realistically, and using the things that's in your house or the skills you already have. Go to bed a little bit early. Take a break. Put the phone down. Say no. Drink some more water. Take that walk. Make those appointments that's necessary. And most importantly, to sit in silence for 5 minutes. Try those things. Small habits can create big change when you actually stick with them. Your mental deserves to be a part of the plan, not something you squeeze in after you take care of everybody else. You need to make sure that you're your top priority. So, as you move into your next season, don't just ask, what do I need to accomplish? Ask, what kind of routine will help me actually enjoy the life that I'm building during this time? Okay? So as always, I thank you all so very much. I hope you guys learned a few things. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Please enjoy the rest of the week. Anything new, whatever going on in your life, you got this. Keep going. And most importantly, I appreciate you all so very much, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear the next theme and also vibe of the month for September. Okay, thank you so much once again. I love you all. Please be safe and enjoy your life, but most importantly, keep in mind, build the healthy routines that's going to impact your mental health. Okay, until next time, bye.